Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are building a house that is inspired and mostly using the Journey to Batuu pack. And for those of you who are watching my Let's Play, this is the third generation of the Clark family. And Harper, Zoey, and Ryker are going to live in this house and do the Journey to Batuu aspirations. So that is exciting and up next for this channel. But right now we are building them a home. So I went with I guess, is it a hexagonal shape? This is gonna expose my poor geometry skills. Um, but this is basically um, with the little piece jutting out in the back, just because I noticed that a lot of the builds for this pack have some really geometric designs. And of course, I tried to use as much of the pack as possible. It was a little weird because these diagonal pieces, the wall decorations don't really lay nicely on them. It has to be kind of on one side or the other. Not, I can't put the decorations in the middle. So that's kind of a pain. But also, building in the winter is a pain because I couldn't see the floor in a lot of places, and counting the tiles of the lot was more difficult because of the snow on the ground. And of course, I have no idea what the roof looks like. So there's that. But I think that the house itself came out pretty nice. Those pieces in the back are for the bedrooms of these Sims. You can see the Sims kind of standing out front there because we are not going to use more money than we have. Working with the roof was tough, as you guys probably know. Circular roofs don't really go super well in this game, so I just added some extra stuff around it to fill in some of those gaps. But of course, there are still a little bit of gaps. And I just colored this part in the back with one of the floorings and added columns to hold up this piece so that we can have some semblance of architecture. But of course, I'm placing these columns and they're just not even close to the house, which is kind of funny actually, but I put them underneath instead. And then I wanted to put like a little backyard area, even though it's a very small lot. And it's also kind of difficult to build next to this house that is right here. This is Callie's old house. Currently, Estevan and his family live there actually, but it was hard to build next to that because that house kept getting in the way. And that's, the risk you run with these small lots. But I thought it would be fun to have that kind of cut out in the floor on the second floor so that you can look down on the first floor. And then just figuring out the layout up here was not easy because of all these interesting shapes we went with. But that over there is going to be the bathroom. And the 3 rooms over here are going to be for those 3 Sims. Harper will have the biggest room because she is the heir of this legacy. And this room over here is actually going to be the child's room. And I added some of these windows. I was actually watching a Let's Play the other day. Oh, I'll have to remember what it's called. Um, I can't remember, but the house in that Let's Play, the second floor bedroom had windows that overlooked the first floor, and I thought that that was such a cool idea. So the child's room right here has a couple of windows on that flat edge of the shape. But of course, I didn't put the bed right next to that just in case, it is a child's room. And then I added a basement which is going to be kind of like a movie hangout area. One of the new stuff packs that I got, it's not new, but the movie hangout stuff pack I got, and I thought that that would be a good thing to add to this house in the basement is a little movie theater area because they want to go down there and watch all the Star Wars movies after their trips to Batuu. So I thought that that would be fun. And all of the lighting in this pack is kind of hard to work with because it's so large. But we made it work. And this area over here is going to be the kitchen area. Of course, this pack did not come with really any kitchen stuff. But it did come with a table and chair. So we are going to put the dining area right next to the kitchen area. And that is good for the Sims to have there. And I just kind of picked what I thought were the more industrial looking counters because everything is kind of metal and a little run down, I guess. But then there's also a ton of stuff that's very clean and crisp looking. So it's really an interesting juxtaposition of that. So I am just adding some lighting in here, and we are adding in some decorations as well. So I did like this carpet. It not the default swatch, but there are some other swatches that look really cool. The default also looks nice, but I didn't want to put the messed up rug in the dining area. I actually did put it in the living area. So it's very an eclectic group of objects. So I think that it almost looks like someone scavenged for all of these things and then used them to decorate their house. So I think that that's really cool. I was going, I was thinking about whether or not to put a TV in this floor because we have the movie theater downstairs, but I figured that it was just fine like this. And we added in a computer. That bookshelf I felt kind of matched the Star Wars aesthetic. And then just some decorations around to make it more fun. I was trying to figure out what to put in this corner here because I didn't want to leave it totally open. So I added a chess table. I was thinking about having the Sims just have like a generic business career in the meantime of while they're in Batuu. It has come to my attention that it's kind of hard to play more than one Sim in Batuu at a time. So I did, think it was a good idea to have them working on the one person working on the aspiration while the other two stay home and work and make money because we need to keep that up. Over here is an example of things not centering on the diagonal parts of the wall. So I just put two things up there on both sides. And just some more decorating items. But yeah, I think that when you're playing Journey to Batuu, unless your two Sims have the same aspiration or the same group that they're a part of, it is difficult to play more than one sim at a time, unless you want to play like, well, one's sleeping, the other is doing stuff, but it really just depends on how you can finagle it. So we are in the upstairs now, and I'm just adding some seating and different stuff. This pack did not come with a bed, which was unfortunate, but what are you going to do about it? So I chose a lot of either the military bed or like more metal looking beds. So this is Harper's room, and she will be joining the first order. And she is pretty pumped about that. And then over here is Zoe's room, and Zoe will be joining the resistance. And then over there is Ryker's room, and he will be a, is it a scoundrel, a scavenger? I think it's whatever the third option is, that's kind of in the middle ground. So over here is the bathroom, and we're just adding in some stuff. It was hard to find a place to put the shower. Like I said, things don't really want to sit on the diagonal. So I have an unused triangle out in the back there, but that's okay. And then just a shower, a sink, and a toilet. Nothing too exciting. And in the backyard, I put a grill to go with our little picnic table, and then started working on the child's room. So right now there is no child, but this will be the heir of our legacy, heir number 4. And I chose that military bed, and then just put a mirror and a couch in front of the windows that overlook the first floor. And also I wanted to put a flag in the middle there, so I put 2 instead. And so now we are going to go work on the movie theater. So it's the same shape as the house above it. And I chose one of these huge things that come from the movie stuff pack. I am filtering by that stuff pack at the moment and just adding in a bunch of things. Actually, this stuff pack reminds me less of a movie theater and more of like an outdoor, in like the commons kind of aesthetic. I did end up adding the Journey to Batuu bar down here though, as well as a bunch of movie posters to get the vibe going, so you can, have a lot of fun with your Sims down here as well. And I'm just adding some decorations. We're also going to add some counters so that we can put the popcorn machine down here and some more decorations. So the room itself is kind of plain, but definitely it is a fun place to hang out with lots of decorative items. And as we are coming to a close, this is the last room in here. The house is pretty much finished, and these 3 Sims are going to start their adventures in Batuu very soon. So if anyone wants to go over to that Let's Play and check it out, that's where we will be. And thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.